Everybody, it's Phineas. Okay, I got a project going on, and you guys know I'm not handy, but it's well over half price if I do it myself, and I did do that fence myself. So I'm gonna install the fence. I got 6 panels delivered to me from Lowe's, and I had a 10% off coupon, so I saved like 45 bucks. The total was, and I'm gonna put it back, it's gonna go back there. Total was like 515 bucks, I think, something in there, 519. So, now don't judge my work too much, because you know I'm not handy. I just want to show you guys what I did and how much it cost. And I got a big yard. I gotta have some privacy fence, so I'm going to do 6 at a time, and just to the whole yards. It's a big yard. I'm on a corner lot. This is the first house that I did not have a privacy fence. It's just such a big yard. I knew it would cost a fortune, but I'm gonna start doing it just 6 panels at a time. Every 6 panels is about 500 bucks. I replaced that side. It was all rotted wood before and a short fence when I moved in. So I replaced that, and then I'm just gonna go all the way around. And I'll show you progress as we go. And like I said, it was frugal because I did a 10% off coupon, which saved me like $45. All right, I'll show you more as I go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. All right, today we'll talk about a few things. I went to a flea market. Well, I guess it was a flea market. They call it a big garage sale, like 50 booths. I got a couple things. I'll show you what I got. Oh, my repair fund. Repair fund. Say goodbye. I got hit with a repair. And then we'll talk about the fence job that I had done. The fence from hell. Okay. Wasn't a great experience. I hope I never see that guy again. He probably hopes he never sees me again. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then we'll start with the garage sale. It was at like a bingo parlor, but it was outdoors. So they had like 50 tables. I was gonna take pictures of it. I'm still self-conscious about filming in public. Like I filmed inside of Walgreens, a Walmart. I still feel weird doing that. I see people film inside stores all the time on YouTube channels, and they're just fine with it. I always feel subconscious about it. I don't know why. But I will show you what I got. I actually got a dog crate. Okay, and the other thing I got at the yard sale thingy was a dog crate, but it was still in the box. Just easier for me to take it to it instead of bringing it upstairs. Boom. All right. Oh, look at the little puppy. All right, so we got that big dog. It's not actually a big dog crate, but it's brand new in the box. So I paid 26 for that, and I think I have it listed for like 60, 65. But I'll take lower. But those are the 2 things I got. It was a pretty cool yard sale. There, I paid $26 for it, and I had it listed for like 60. If I could double my money, that'd be nice. Pay for the gas to get there, and pay for this next thing I got. One of my goals for yard sale season is I want to keep my eyes peeled just for some stuff for the walls, some decorations, or just pictures and stuff. So I got this. Check this out. All right, I'll just show you this picture I got real quick at the yard sale. Nothing fancy. Just a little anchor picture. I thought it was cool. $2. Just wanted to show you that. That was $2. I thought it was pretty cool. My bathroom's kind of beachy themed. It already has one beach picture. My patio is all beachy themed with tiki and sharks and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's $2. And that's about all I got. It was a freezing day at the yard sale. It was freezing. You can tell it's freezing now. I just got back walking to take my car to the shop, and then I walked back from there, and then I walked back to go get the car. I had an oil leak, and I went ahead and get an oil change. They found it. It was $285, the price of that car repair. I had $260 in my repair envelope, So definitely, I'm glad I was there because otherwise I have to take 285 out of my account. This covered most of it. I'm kind of bummed. I wanted to like go a year with no repairs, so I had $1,200 in here. That didn't happen, but I'm gonna start again. $100 every month inside the repair fund. I mean, it definitely helped me. I mean, my car broke, and I don't mind walking because it wasn't that far. And I wasn't gonna ask my sister because she just started a new job and I'm not gonna ask her to take time off. I guess it's about a mile, but it is cold. It is cold. Okay, so repair fund gone. All right, yard sale, repair fund. Oh yeah, the fence. All right, the fence. Well, you saw in the beginning of this where I was all gung ho, and I was gonna do the fence myself, and I was gonna order 5 panels from Lowe's to have it delivered, and I was gonna do it myself, 5 at a time, which is about $500 when you add in the cement and the posts and the delivery fee. And because last year I did about 5-6 panels last year, one whole side. And the rest of and that was wood fence I replaced. It was all rotted. The rest of my fence, chain link, can't stand it. But it's such a big yard, I never really thought too seriously about getting it fenced in because it's going to be a fortune. So I started out with that idea, and then I said, this is too hard. I can't, this is too hard. Digging the post, it's clay, it's all dirt. It's all, heavy clay and dirt, rocks and dirt. Like, with a post hole digger, I'm moving these things 8 foot-pounds by myself. No, it's terrible. So I said, let me get an estimate to at least finish the back wall, and that blocks out that neighbor behind me, which I met. They're very nice. There's nothing they did wrong. I'm trying to block them out. And then I want to have it go down to block my side neighbor out. Again, nice neighbors. I met them. They're just nice. It's not about them. I was going to stop as soon as it blocked their fence. It gives me a little goal. Okay, I'll do the back and side. So the people came, give me an estimate, $1,100 labor. Fine, let's do it. Well, when they come, my backyard continues all the way to the front. Fence is all chain link. And I wasn't going to do the last part that's around my garden, kind of, because it's too expensive. But then I said, screw it. Let's get a price. So it was $1,500. 15 plus 11 is 26, right? So $2,600 labor. So I said, let's measure it up. Give me exactly what I need to order from Lowe's, and I'll have it delivered here. One-time fee, boom, $80 delivery. Not fun, but hey, one-time deal. Let's do it. All right, so that's where we start. So they start digging. It's the owner of the company, which I don't think it's not even really a company. It's just a guy with signs on his truck, and on his truck he says fencing. Just lied. Okay, so, but his employee, the guy's about my age, he knows fencing. You can tell he knows what he's doing. So the first thing that kind of went wonky is they cut my internet line. Very first, I don't know, hour of their hair, cut my internet. They're supposed to call, and they have a company come out and they mark where wires are, so you won't cut wires. They didn't do that. I call the internet company. They come the next day. This is the fence from hell. And the guy pulls up from the internet company the next day. I'm out there, and I happen to be moving soil. So it looks like he thinks I'm one of the workers on the job, the internet guy. He goes, oh, see you guys cut my phone, on my internet cable. Oh, yeah, we cut by accident, man, sorry. You know what? I'm charging this homeowner. He doesn't know I'm the homeowner. He's being a real jackass. I said, oh, gee, thanks, I'm the homeowner. Gee, thanks. Yeah, sorry, man, but I'm going to charge you for this one. Because you're supposed to call the company. Just a real jackass. I mean, he's right. But you don't have to be a jerk about it. But anyway, so I'm going to get hammered for that. I haven't got that bill yet, but I'm sure I'm going to get it. So there's that to start out with. Then, come to find out, because my yard is one big slant, that it's slanted so much, that when it snows, I sled down it. I literally do. And when it rains, all the water comes down. I mean, it's a slant. So they had me order most big 8-foot panels, that pre-built fence panels. They're $70 a piece. They're super heavy. They're 8 foot by 6 foot tall, and those are good for mostly flat surfaces. And he did order enough slats and 2x4s to make 5 sections. If you do it by piece, because it's on a hill, you got to do it slat by slat. You got to put post up, 2x4s, slat by slat, so it just kind of goes with the slant of the yard, and it makes it look good. Well, he should have ordered. We should have ordered the whole yard just the slats, and build the fence as you go, because the whole thing's on an incline. The back row is fine. You could use the panels because it's easier, it's quicker, it's level, it's fine. The rest of the yard so we ordered all the wrong stuff. We had like 15, 16 panels. We don't need any of those. We need 286 slats, fence slats, and 25 2x16, 2x4x16s. That's what we needed. We didn't need any of the pre-built fence panels, because they're not going to work. And his worker knew that and was mentioning that, but the owner dude wasn't hearing it. So everything was wrong delivered. But he thought he was going to make it work, so he takes one of those fence panels and starts butchering it. Now, these are $70 a piece. This guy doesn't know what he's doing, but he claims to know fences. So he butchered a $7 panel right off the bat. And the worker even said it's like putting a round hole in a square peg, or whatever that saying is. You can't carve these 8-foot sections of fence to fit the terrain. You can't. It's way better to do it slat by slat by slat. So right off the bat, we're on a bad foot. I cut my internet, ordered all the raw materials. We're talking about almost $2,000 worth of materials. We're all wrong. Already paid for delivery. So the workers continued. He's doing all the posts on the whole yard. The guy was gangster. The guy was older than I was, and just digging these big holes by hand and cementing these. My posts were dug barely down. I mean, I can't. I don't know how this guy does it, man. He was good. So all the posts are in, right? We're waiting on to return all these giant panels, fence panels. We can't use any of them. We have to return them, and we have to get 300 slats and 25 2x4x16s, and that's how we're going to build the fence. They look the same as a pre-built one, but we're building by slat by slat. The slats are like $2.18 a piece, something like that. But we need a shitload of them. So the owner mentions, like, look, I have a truck. We'll return this stuff, and while I'm returning these giant fence panels, we'll pick up all the stuff we need. So I go back online, I order the stuff we need. It's ready to be picked up. Well, these things are heavy, so he has to make several trips to Lowe's to return these 15 or 16 fence panels. So he's gonna do it Monday morning. So Monday, I wake up, start doing my deliveries, come back from a delivery, driving down my road, I get another order. But I'm passing my house, because I was about to go home. I see him backed up, trying to load the panels up in his truck by himself, which is, he's not going to be able to do it. So I stop. I'm on an order, so I have to go. I'm like, hey, where's your helper? I told him not to come today because I didn't want to pay today's labor. Well, he can't do this himself. And when you go to Lowe's to pick up the materials, we got to load it. They put them down in front of him. We got to take off the pallet and put them in the truck. So I have to help this guy now. Now I'm involved. I pay to not be involved. So, and the reason we got to return these things because he had me order everything wrong. Every time this guy had a problem, it became my problem. So I I I said I'll be back in 10 minutes. Let me finish this delivery and I'll come back and help you. Well, it took the rest of the day. I made $12 that day, and then I lost income for the rest of the day because we took a load of 7 or 8 fence panels back to Lowe's. That process was an hour and a half every time, and we had to make 2 of those. And both times we're picking up, so we have to load and go through all the paperwork and all. It took all day. I'm bleeding. I'm sore. I didn't want no part of this. I lost income. Why am I involved? He didn't want to pay his own. He didn't want to pay his employee. Terrible. So okay, whatever. Life's not perfect. Sucks, but all right, we got through it. So first they cut the internet. Second, they ordered all the wrong material, thousands of dollars worth of wrong material. Third, I'm involved now with loading and unloading and returning stuff and picking stuff up. Like a day's worth, I lost income. I don't want to be involved. Like I'm paying somebody. I don't want to be involved. This is an expensive project. I don't want to be involved. So Tuesday, Monday was return day. So Tuesday, I see him out there. I go out there. Hey, where's your helper? The guy who knows how to do fence. The guy knows what he's doing. Oh, he won't answer his phone. And they live in the same apartment complex. I see his truck, but he's not answering his phone. He's ghosted me. So he's out. He quit. and I knew he knew what he was doing. So I'm like, so somehow we come to an agreement. Like I'll help you, man, but he goes, you help me. I'll give you $400. Well, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but $400. I'm like, man, I can take that 400. That will go toward material. It's more than I would make doing my food deliveries for 2 days. Okay, I'll do it for $400. But I told him I'm not a handy person. Just tell me what you need me to do. I'm here to do it. Let's do it. So we start building down the slant, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He can't figure it out. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a fence guy. It sounds simple, just build. No, there's a lot of stuff to do to get it to look right. It's got just like any field, there's tips and tricks that people know how to do stuff, and we ain't those people. So he's having us. He had us cut another $70 worth of slats. Well, really, now looking back and everything's done, you don't cut any slats. So those $70, because he didn't know what he was doing. The guy, his worker who knew what he was doing, gone, quit. So we wasted another $70 in slats. We finally figured it out, and now we're in a groove, and now we're installing it. Okay, we got it. So far, we're at $140 worth of wasted slats and a fence panel, which is expensive. That's a lot of waste. That's a ton of waste. This is an expensive product. That's a big ton of waste. And it wasn't, you're going to waste materials and stuff's going to happen, but this is all because he doesn't know how to do a fence. Why is it on his truck? And it's not like him and this guy work together all the time. He met this guy like 3 weeks ago. He just happens to know how to do fence. So it's not like it's a long-term employee. So he's advertising fence all this time. He doesn't know how to do fence. It got figured out after all that waste and that, So now I'm involved. We spent 5 hours doing it the wrong way before we figured it out and wasted all those materials. So I'm like, oh boy, and this is just sucking. Like, first of all, I don't even like people. So now I'm stuck working with this guy. Nice guy, we're getting along fine. There's no beef there, but it just sucks. I don't want no part of it. I didn't want. So we get in the groove and we start chugging along. Okay, now we got the hang of what we're doing, and now we know how to do it. You don't cut anything. All the stuff we cut was just ruined and dumb. We weren't supposed to cut any of it. So we do that. We work, I don't know, like 10 hours that day. Now, come on, I'm semi-retired. I don't want to work 10 hours doing hard labor that I don't know how to do when I'm trying to pay someone to do it. I just didn't want to be involved. So it is what it is. Next day this is Wednesday now. Tuesday was a 10-hour day. Monday we returned the stuff at Lowe's. So this is Wednesday now. He's saying we should finish today. Okay, great. We're getting a groove, start going again. And then I had to go to Lowe's 3 times within a half hour because he's just doesn't have anything he needs. He doesn't have the drill bit. He doesn't have a saw blade for a saw. It just gets become so annoying. But I'm getting $400 for working here. You know, for working these 2 days. I'm gonna do it. It's just a lot of unnecessary waste and time when I could have went to Lowe's once. He's very unorganized. And then he starts, because the job's getting toward the end, he starts with the comments. Now, I paid him for the 10 panels that blocked that house and my neighbor's house. So I paid him for that, the labor for that. Now I own $1,500 for the rest of the labor yet. But that gets knocked down to $1,100 because we took $400 off because I'm helping now. Now I'm involved. So he starts putting comments out there like, man, come on, just give me 12, man. Come on, give me 12. Like, no, we already had an agreement. Like this is, man, I went and picked up the materials for you. Yeah, because you ordered the wrong materials. That wouldn't happen if you would have ordered the correct materials in the first place. Maybe listen to your guy who knows fence. You ordered the wrong materials. Come on, man, come on. I picked up the other stuff for you. Yeah, again, because you ordered the wrong materials the first time. I'm paying you. I'm out, man. I don't know the materials you tell me to order. I just go by what you say. You're the expert. So he starts with that. No, I'm not giving you 12. And I said, also, we got to talk about the $140 in waste here. That's a lot of money a lot of materials to be wasted. So he keeps trying that. I'm not coming down. We already made an agreement. I'm not coming down. This has been a nightmare for me. I can't stand it. Can't stand, you know, a project that goes this haywire. Like, I'm not even doing it justice. There's a lot of small, boring stuff in between that would make this a lot worse sounding. I just don't want to carry on the whole video. It's just boring, dumb stuff. But this whole, every problem that he came across, he brought to the homeowner. Made it my problem. He kept saying, I'm not making any money in this job now. I don't make my employee quit. I'm not making any money in this job now. Again, it's not true. I know what he didn't pay one nickel for materials. So he's all labor, and I know exactly what he made because I paid him. So he is making money on this job. But he kept going on like that. I'm not making money. Come on, man. Give me $11.50 instead of $11. Then come on. No, I'm not doing that, man. What about? Anytime I talk about my side of it, I lost income Monday because you don't want to pay your guy. Now I'm working these 2 days for $400, where all the materials were shipped here to begin with, and we would have been done. We've been easy peasy. You had me order everything wrong. It wasn't even like it was somewhat wrong. It was a complete wrong stuff. The entire order was just completely wrong. And then send me Lowe's over and over because he doesn't have a blade for. Okay, then listen to this. So we're getting closer, right? And you can tell he's over it, and I'm over it. I don't want to see this guy ever again. This whole thing just sucked for me, and I want out. So he picks up a chainsaw, and I'm gonna show you the video. And he starts cutting off all the posts, right? You trim them off to make it all look pretty much even. So sometimes you trim a little bit off at the end to make it just all look nice. Takes a chainsaw, and he's cutting the post off slower, so they're all about the same height. And as he's doing it, I see it burning the brand new fence, and I see him nicking. He's cutting the post. He's nicking the fence slats behind it. Like, yo, it's burning the fence. He goes, "That's not burning. That's oil." Oh, that's better. I want chainsaw. I mean, I'll show him the video. Chainsaw on a brand new fence. Is that being nitpicky? Not we find out how much I paid for this whole thing total. and it's just, well, it's just oil. It'll come off. It's not come off wood. No, it's not. And he rubs it. It doesn't come. Of course, it doesn't come off. And there's nicks of the other things he's hitting as he's coming off the post. He's getting lazy. Doesn't want to do it anymore. He wants to be done because he keeps saying he's not making any money. Everything, all his problems are now my problems. So anyway, and then, okay, so we're installing privacy fence. I had chain link fence. So we have like a foot in between the two because we have to be able to get behind it to work, put bolts in and whatever. And my two neighbors is my chain link fence, but I'm not going to take that down because it fences their yard and their dogs. It doesn't affect me none. And I'll show you in the video. But part of my yard that is chain link fence, I can tear that out. It's unsightly. It's right in the way. It's not affecting anybody else's yard. And I've never tore chain link fence out before. But So I told him, and that's not doing him. I didn't hire him to do that. That's nothing to do with him. I was just gonna try to do it. I didn't know how that would even go. It went okay. I was able to get, it come down pretty good. But before that, he knew I was gonna take chain link fence down eventually. I just didn't know when, because I didn't know how long that would take me. I didn't know what tools I would need. I don't have a lot of tools. I'll give you a little hint though. If you ever want to cut chain link fence, you know the loppers you cut branches? That cuts right through chain link fence like butter. But so I had to buy extra tools. But anyway, so he knew I was going to eventually take that chain link fence down. He goes, and most of the fence, a lot of it's, he bolted all of it at the, two screws, top, middle, bottom, and all of them. You want it secure. Well, it does suck. It's a little bit of, he's a little guy, but it does suck. It's not fun squeezing in there trying to get the screws in there. He goes, how about this? How about after you take the chain link fence down, I'll come back and I'll finish all the screws. Like, oh, no, we're not doing that. First of all, you'll never show up again. I never want to see you again. So we're going to finish all this today. Just like you said, we're not going to. So I started taking the chain link fence down. Even if I didn't, I was going to say, no, you got to finish it today. But I try to make it easy for him. I had to take it down anyway, so I took it down. But he was going to try to come back like 3 weeks after I took the chain link fence down and then finish putting screws in all the fence slats. No. I never want to see you again. I'm sure you never want to see me. And the guy didn't want to hear nothing I had to say about why I'm not going to give him more money than what he wanted. That was never going to happen. Why would I do that? So his employee quit. That became my problem. He cut my internet. That became my problem. He ordered all the wrong materials. That became my problem. He damaged $140 worth of materials. That became my problem, my expense. It went on, and he didn't have a certain blade and certain drill bits. That became my problem. Like, it was a horrible experience as far as, and I'm telling you how much this thing costs at the end here. So he lost an employee. That became my problem. I mean, it was just a horrible experience. And it's not like we actually worked okay together. Because I'm a nice guy. He seemed like a nice guy. Wasn't combative, but when we were wrapping up, when he could tell he wasn't getting more money from me, he had a little more attitude, which gave me a little more attitude. I don't give a shit. You got to go. I never want to see you again. So I just said, I was even compromising just to get him out of my hair. I said, all right, there's $140 in waste. That should never been. I understand some 2x4 gets wasted or something like that. That's gonna happen. I won't even trip on that. This is $140 on the only reason it got wasted because he doesn't know how to do fencing. That's the only reason. It wasn't weird circumstances, bad material. He doesn't know how to do fencing. He did it completely wrong and butchered this. I said, let's split it. Let's split the 70, and I'll pay 70 of it, which I shouldn't, and you pay 70 of it. Oh, he didn't like that. He goes, well, just charge me 50 for it. No, but he's always nickel and diming me. I ain't making money in this job. So I'll tell you what he made in this job, okay? He worked 4 days. The first 2 days, he did have one employee that eventually just quit, didn't show up in the last 2 days. So I paid him $2,140 cash. So let's say he paid his employee $150 a day for those 2 days. Well, minus $300. He still made $1,800 cash for 4 days. So he kept telling me he didn't use any materials. He didn't use a nail that I didn't pay for. He didn't use nothing. So he made $1,800 for 4 days. So I didn't make any money. Not true. He didn't use gas because he actually lives right by me in Apple Market, which is a half mile away. He lives in an apartment complex that I deliver DoorDash to sometimes. He's literally a half mile away. He didn't use any gas. So he had no overhead. He had time. But even his time, he didn't work 8 hours the first day, 8 hours the second day, maybe 10 hours the third day, and 8 hours the fourth day. But he didn't work full 8-hour days. He's just, he irritated the hell out of me. It was a horrible experience. I never want to see him again. So much so because at first, when he had his partner with him, his coworker, the job was good. Okay, so we were talking about other work he was going to do for me. No, I would never. As a matter of fact, when I paid him his money, we parted ways. By that time, we hated each other. Not verbally, nothing dramatic, but we just didn't like each other. All the small pleasantries were gone. So I came inside when I paid him. I was waiting for his truck to start up and get the hell out of here. I never want to see that fricker again. I even blocked his number because I don't want him to come try to get. Oh, you want to do that extra work we talked about? No, we're done. We're never doing it again. All right, so cash labor, $2,140. That's what he got. He did pay his employee, I don't know, a couple $100, maybe $300. I don't know. That's only for 2 days, so he's still around $1,800. So he made money. Materials, $2,800. Now I use my sister's Lowe's card, and that saves 5%, so that helps. You know, a little bit helps. And then, so with materials and labor to do the whole yard, just under $5,000, $49.40, $5,000. And I did 10 panels before they even got here, over some last year and some a couple weeks ago. Imagine if I had that included in that, like, to fence this yard. That's why I never thought about doing it. It's so expensive. So we're at $5,000. So that's why I get upset when he's using a chainsaw and he's shooting chainsaw oil and nicking all the things. And I'll show you in the video. Okay, so at the end of the day, I am happy with it. When we figured it out and we got on a roll, it was a lot better. I didn't like him constantly trying to get more money from me and crying, it's not profitable, this job is not profitable. Even though I went by his prices, I didn't make the prices. It became uncomfortable, it became freaking annoying, and I never want to see him again. Did I say that already? So, but at the end of the day, I'm going to show you I'm happy with it. Is it perfect? No, but I don't expect life to be perfect. I'm okay with imperfection. Just the constant nonsense is just annoying. And here's what I learned about human beings. I learned this like 40 years ago, though. If I go through life just being my simple self, with my little 3-pound cat, life is good. And I have my sister and a couple, my small circle, a couple friends, we text. And the minute you add another human being into your life, no matter what aspect you're adding that in, it becomes a problem. I haven't had a house project in a while. You add a fence guy, boom, problem. Add his worker, boom, there's another problem. You cut my internet. The fence guy was a nightmare, the owner. You, add Lowe's. Lowe's did a delivery where all the fence panels were right, except one wrong one, dead center, that they didn't see in there. So I had to call. They want to charge me for delivery, even though they made a mistake. I had to fight with them for 4 years. Like, you know, exaggerating, but anytime you add another human being into any part of your life, there's going to be drama and nonsense. I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I keep my circle small. I got you guys. I don't want it. It's just, humans are a pain in the ass for the most part. So, take a look at the video. And my chain link fence, I took it all down. Actually, I'm surprised how I got to come down. It was a little work, and I put it by the curb. And I was kind of concerned with how am I going to get rid of chain link fence and poles? Maybe some scrabber, but so I actually put it on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, along with the one fence panel that he butchered. I wasn't get to, somebody can use it for free because it wasn't horrible butchered, but it couldn't be returned. And before I even pressed the thing on the ad, I looked outside and someone's taking most of the fence, chain link fence. He left a little bit, but took 90% of it. That helped me out a lot, so that's good. But of the whole project, I'm happy with it. I'm happy I did it. It was a big expense. I'm not doing it anymore. It was about $5,000. Ooh, now I gotta work and make that money. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys had any bad experiences like that? People come work in your house. When I had the house fire, I had to have a ton of contractors and it's just a brutal world. If you find a good one, you're lucky and stay with that one. Here's a little update on the fence project that's gotten a little out of hand. There's a cement. All right, so I did that side last year. Then I started doing some of the panels there. It's just too much work. I can't do it. I can't do it. So anyway, let's go take a look. It's so nice out though. It's like 79 degrees. You hear the birds? All right, so I had another delivery today from Lowe's. They're gonna build those panels come as they are, and they're building these panels because of the angle, but they look exactly the same. But today they dug all the posts, which to me is the hard part. They dug it by hand. This is my garden. There's the Lowe's delivery of the fence panels, but this yard is kind of weird because there's the front of the house, but that's all fenced in. I'm on a corner lot. So the holes are dug, they didn't cement them in yet, but they got a lot done today. This thing's gotten out of hand, money-wise, and we'll talk about the money as we go along, and I'll tell you guys the exact amount I spent. Well, let me say overspent, because I didn't plan to do all this. Whew. But I'm excited. It's my last big house project, and I just should be done, because I'm never moving, and I spend all my time at home. And I hate not having a privacy fence, so get into my garden. And look at the garden. See that first raised flower bed? That's like 15 things of soil. So I ordered some more, you see over there behind the fence. Another 14 bags or something, so that'll fill another one. But it's taking way more dirt than I thought. But I'll show you that as I get going too. But anyway, there it is. And then I'm painting this post right here for the garden. I'm gonna cement it into that bucket that I painted black. Took the handle off. And then I'm gonna put one of my owls, my fake owls, at the top to try to scare the squirrels away, because I feed the squirrels over here and the birds, but over there I kind of don't want them eating my garden. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. All right, there's the updates so far, and then I'll show you guys more progress as it goes along. All right, so let's go check this thing out. Now, I did that side of the fence last year. Not great, but it's secure. And I started doing the back here. 3 or 4 panels I did where I just couldn't do anymore. It's just way too much work. So I called and got the estimate to finish 10 panels. So we're finishing this, and we're gonna finish this side about where that tree is. And that would block both houses. So, and this is where they had to build the slats, because it's on a slant, right? These 5 sections here. Well, we really should have ordered all slant materials instead of the big pieces there. And we didn't, and that's where the mix-up came in. So then, that was 1,100 labor. So from here, all the way over, was $1,500 labor. And they all had to be built by slats. You couldn't use the whole pieces. Oh, here's where the oil from the chainsaw is. I know you might say that's small, but look, this one. He's nicking, look at all the nicks in the back of it. And then the burn or whatever oil. Oh, another one, another oil. Look at the oil. Like, I know that's petty, right? I guess kind of petty. It's just that I spent $5,000 on this. See, there's my garden. Now I can garden kind of just in private, you know? But now that it's done, I never got to see that guy again. He never has to see me again. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect. I don't expect anything to be perfect. And here's the part where the little part there we had to drill into the brick wall here. There's all the cut up pieces I can't return. That's about 70 bucks worth right there, because we cut them. And none of these you're looking at ever need to be cut. There's one waste. Anyway, it's super private and it's good. I do love it. And I'll show you the wonky piece that I have on Marketplace. I have it outside my gate so they can just come take it. Hey, Kiki. Oh, look, there's Dorinda. Hey, Kiki. Dorinda. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? It's my buddy here. I always feed her. If it's cold, she can come in the house, or she can go in a little cubby hole there. She's actually pretty mean to Baby Love, my cat. But there's the wonky piece there. It's a hole. Can't hardly see it. All right, we'll go out front now and check where I took the chain link fence down if you're interested. Let's go out front. I'll take you with me. It is cold out there. I'm actually proud of myself how I took that chain link fence down. And I didn't have a grinder. Also, I didn't have bolt cutters to cut chain link. But I had the loppers you use to cut off branches. And they cut right through chain link. Alright, so chain link was, this is the front of the house. And you see there's some boards I got right away there. But chain link was all the way around here. Chain link, chain link. There's the mailbox. All this was chain link. All this was chain link. Now at the front of my house here. So this is all, see I got a weird yard. See how it comes to the front? And then all down here was chain link. All the way down. And then I left it because I don't want to take their chain link from their houses. But I actually got all that chain link out. And I was concerned what to do with it. And I put it by the curb hoping some scrapper would take it, and they did. They took all the poles, which is awesome. And they took most of the chain link. They did leave this big bundle here, which is vines and chain link combined. But that's a big difference from what I had out here. So that helped me a lot. But yeah, that's what it looks like. All right, let's go inside. Look at her. Cat makes me laugh. Hey buddy, wanna come in? Kiki. She's nice, she comes in whenever she wants. But she doesn't come in a lot, and I even have her food there too. Oh, she wants more food. What you doing, buddy?